So we're going a bit, well, we're responding to Donald Tusk's comment, which were today, if you haven't heard, because certainly the Brexiteers have shown how thin-skinned they are in, shall we say, responding to this comment, and it's put them in a bit of a tizzy all day. So, if for those of you who don't know, Donald Tusk is the European Council President. He was voted in by the European Parliament, and the European Parliament is voted in by the member states. So, you know, just another thing, you know, how undemocratic the EU is, that they have elections to put people into power. How undemocratic of them that they have these elections. So, Donald Tusk comments that's put all the Brexiteers in a massive tizzy. Well, he basically came out and said that there is a special place in hell for all these Brexiteers who sold Brexit without a plan to carry it out successfully. Okay, that was the full comment. What Donald Tusk has essentially just done is he's called out all the people who were, or particularly the MPs, who were championing leave as if it was going to be the ultimate bastion and it was going to be this amazing thing that was going to happen. You know, time keeps on proving that is going to be the wrong answer. But what's so funny is that the critics, and, you know, I guarantee you Nigel Farage is on his radio show tonight, well, tonight on LBC, saying how terrible this is. But in a bizarre sense, how they are defending themselves is they are defending themselves of how dare Donald Tusk say this. So they are not defending themselves for the fact that they're not going out and saying, oh no, we did have a plan, it was this. They are just saying, poor us, Donald Tusk has insulted us. So Donald Tusk called out the Brexiteers for not having a plan, which they didn't have a plan, or else they would have produced the plan by now, and has now, you know, and then when they've heard his comments, they've turned around, and instead of, let's reiterate this, instead of defending themselves by producing said plan, they have turned around and said, how dare you call us out? You know, you can't make that up, but this is the situation that we're in. And Donald Tusk is completely right. All these Brexiteers, Daniel Hannan, who's been campaigning for the past, what, 35 years, I think he said, to try and leave the EU, never once sat down and thought, maybe if we, you know, achieve this, or maybe if this ever goes to a referendum, maybe we should have an actual plan to get out of the EU. You know, all of Theresa May's problems, especially the fantasy nonsense that she spouted in Ireland recently, going so far as to say that the UK would back Ireland's bid to host the World Cup because, yes, that's really going to get Ireland to back essentially making Northern Ireland the biggest state-sanctioned smuggler state there is in the world. Yes, I'm sure that's going to appeal massively to the Irish and make them vote, and you know, make the Ireland's Parliament say yes, this is it. We're going to approve this because Theresa May said that she'll back our bid for the World Cup. This is the fantasy that, unfortunately, we're living in, and it's very worrying that no one wants to acknowledge reality. But there you go. That's Brexit in a nutshell.